If you wake up tired every morning, struggle with low energy, low motivation, or performance issues, this may have nothing to do with age. In fact, one of the biggest causes of hormonal decline could be sitting on your breakfast table right now. Every single morning, millions of men unknowingly eat foods that slowly lower testosterone, destroy energy levels, and accelerate aging. And while many spend hundreds of dollars on supplements, the real problem often starts with the first meal of the day. In this video, you'll discover the breakfast foods secretly draining your vitality, the warning signs most men ignore, and 5 powerful breakfasts that may help your body naturally restore energy, strength, and endurance. Stay until the end, because the 5th breakfast surprises almost everyone. Most men think they're just tired, that it's stress, work, getting older, so they ignore it. Another coffee, another long day, another night with barely enough sleep. But what if your body has actually been warning you for months and you never noticed? You wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours of sleep. You stare at the ceiling for a few seconds before getting out of bed, already feeling drained. Your motivation starts disappearing. The things that used to excite you don't hit the same anymore. Even in the gym, something feels different. The strength that once came naturally starts fading little by little. Recovery gets slower. The belly slowly grows. Your focus gets weaker. Your confidence changes quietly. And that's the dangerous part. Because most men think this is normal. They think, this is just age, but it's not always age. A lot of the time, it's lifestyle. The food, the stress, the lack of movement, the poor sleep, and especially what you feed your body every single morning. Because your hormones depend on more than people realize. Your body needs specific nutrients to function properly. Things like zinc, vitamin D, healthy fats, protein, magnesium, omega-3s. And when your body stops getting these nutrients consistently, you feel it. Your energy drops, your recovery slows down, your focus weakens, and slowly, without realizing it, your body starts operating below its full potential. What's scary is that this doesn't happen overnight. It happens gradually. So gradually that most men don't notice the damage until the symptoms become impossible to ignore. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. Some of the most common breakfast foods people eat every morning are actually making the problem worse. And once you understand which foods they are, you'll never look at breakfast the same way again. Now, let's talk about simple foods that may naturally support your energy levels. Starting with breakfast number 1, eggs and healthy fats. Many people underestimate how powerful this combination can be, because eggs are actually one of the most complete natural foods you can eat. They contain high-quality protein, important vitamins, healthy fats, and key nutrients like zinc, which plays an important role in hormone health. But here's the problem. For years, many people were taught to fear fats, even though certain healthy fats are absolutely essential for your body, especially for natural hormone production, energy, and mental performance. Of course, this does not mean processed junk food, fried fast food, or unhealthy oils. We're talking about simple, natural foods. For example, 2 or 3 eggs, cooked with a little olive oil or clarified butter, served with vegetables. Simple, but incredibly effective. Because this type of breakfast gives your body nutrients it actually needs early in the morning. And what's even more interesting, Simi, is what happens to your energy afterward. Protein in the morning may help improve focus, satiety, mental clarity, and stable energy levels. Which means fewer cravings, less afternoon fatigue, and fewer energy crashes during the day. Instead of feeling exhausted, just a few hours after breakfast. Now let's move to breakfast number 2, oatmeal with milk and a little honey. Simple, warm, comforting, but also surprisingly powerful for stable energy. So, why does this combination work so well? Because it gives your body a balanced mix of complex carbohydrates, protein, fiber, and important minerals. And unlike many ultra-processed breakfast foods, oatmeal works with your body instead of against it. Oats naturally contain nutrients like magnesium, zinc, and fiber, which may help support long-lasting energy throughout the day. Here's the difference most people never realize. Many sugary breakfast cereals create a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a sudden crash, which is why so many people feel tired, hungry, or mentally drained only a few hours after eating. But oatmeal releases energy much more gradually, helping your body stay more stable, more focused, and more satisfied during the morning. And you can make it even better by adding nuts, almonds, seeds, or fresh fruit. Small additions that can make a big difference, especially for sustained energy, focus, and fewer cravings later in the day. In fact, this type of breakfast often helps prevent that mid-morning energy crash that so many men experience every single day. Now let's talk about breakfast number 3, bananas and nuts. One of the simplest combinations on this list, but also one of the most effective for quick, stable energy. For example, a banana with almonds, a banana with peanuts, or even natural peanut butter. This works well because each food supports your body in a different way. Bananas provide natural carbohydrates, potassium, and fast, usable energy for the body, which is why many people feel more awake and physically stronger after eating them in the morning. And then you have the nuts. Nuts contain healthy fats, protein, zinc, and magnesium. Nutrients that may help support energy production, muscle function, focus, and hormone health. Together, this combination creates a more balanced source of energy, not just a quick sugar rush followed by exhaustion. In fact, many people find this breakfast especially useful before physical activity, before work, or during mornings when they feel physically weak, tired, or mentally drained. Because sometimes the body simply needs the right fuel instead of more caffeine. However, if you have diabetes, blood sugar problems, or insulin resistance, portions may need to be adjusted, so it's always important to speak with a qualified healthcare professional for personalized guidance. Now let's move to breakfast number 4, plain yogurt with flax seeds. This breakfast may seem simple, almost too simple, but it supports something many people completely ignore: gut health. And today, more and more research suggests that your gut can affect far more than digestion alone. It may also influence energy levels, inflammation, mood, and even hormonal balance, which means if your digestive system is constantly struggling, your body may feel exhausted too. Plain yogurt helps because it naturally contains beneficial probiotics, good bacteria that may help support a healthier digestive system. And then you have flax seeds, tiny but incredibly powerful. Flax seeds contain omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and important nutrients that may help support metabolism, digestion, and overall wellness. Together, this combination creates a breakfast that feels lighter but still nourishing, and you can easily improve it even more by adding apple slices, berries, or a few dates. Natural ingredients with extra fiber, antioxidants, and flavor. What's interesting is that many people who switch to lighter, more natural breakfasts often report feeling less bloated, less heavy, and more comfortable throughout the day, especially those dealing with slow digestion, constant heaviness after meals, or stomach discomfort in the morning. Because sometimes improving your energy starts by improving what's happening inside your gut. Now, let's talk about something many men depend on every single morning: coffee. For millions of people, caffeine has become the only way to function, the only way to feel awake, the only way to fight exhaustion. But here's something important. Most people never stop to consider. Sometimes, the real problem is not a lack of caffeine. It's a lack of recovery, because no amount of coffee can truly fix poor sleep, constant stress, burnout, or physical exhaustion. In fact, relying on too much caffeine every day may slowly push the body into even more fatigue over time, especially when the body never gets the chance to properly recover, which is why some people are now turning to simpler, more natural alternatives. One example is a warm morning drink made with hot water, ginger, cinnamon, and a little honey. Simple ingredients, but each one may support the body in different ways. Ginger is commonly used to help support circulation, digestion, and natural energy. Cinnamon may also help support more stable energy levels after meals, instead of the sharp highs and crashes many people experience during the day. And perhaps most importantly, this type of drink may help reduce dependence on habits that constantly overstimulate the nervous system. Because sometimes the body doesn't need more stimulation, it needs balance, it needs recovery, and it needs better daily habits, repeated consistently over time. Now, let's talk about the habits that quietly destroy male energy, because even with good nutrition, certain daily habits can completely sabotage your progress, and many men repeat them every single day without realizing what they're doing to their body. The first one is lack of sleep. This is one of the biggest mistakes of all, because during deep sleep, your body performs critical recovery processes, including the regulation of important hormones linked to energy, recovery, mental clarity, and physical performance. Which means, if sleep quality is constantly poor, the body never fully recovers, and over time, exhaustion begins to accumulate. The second habit is chronic stress. Not occasional stress, chronic stress, the kind that stays in the body day after day, week after week. When stress remains high for long periods, the body produces more cortisol, and excessive cortisol may interfere with hormonal balance, recovery, sleep quality, and overall energy levels. Which is why some men feel constantly drained, even when they think they're resting enough. And the third habit may be the most common today: lack of movement. The human body was never designed to sit for endless hours every single day. Movement helps support circulation, metabolism, muscle health, and energy production. And the good news is, you do not need extreme workouts. Sometimes less simple daily movement can already make a major difference. Things like squats, brisk walking, or basic strength training, small habits, repeated consistently, that may help the body feel stronger, more awake, and more energized over time. Because improving male energies is often less about finding one miracle solution and more about removing the habits that slowly drain the body every day. Remember this: there is no magic solution, no secret pill, no overnight transformation, and no shortcut that can truly replace healthy daily habits. But here's the good news: the human body is incredibly responsive, and even small improvements, repeated consistently over time, can create powerful changes: better sleep, better nutrition, less stress, more physical activity, simple habits that slowly help the body recover, rebuild, and function the way it was designed to. And over time, many men begin to notice higher energy, stronger motivation, improved physical condition, better endurance, and greater confidence in daily life. Because feeling stronger, more focused, and more alive often starts with the choices you make every single morning.